Okay, you ready? Hey everybody, it's Brad.
Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead, and welcome to our live stream today.
Yeah.
But it's not just live stream because this is pre-recorded.
Right.
And Mama's going to be showing you today how to make the perfect at-home pizza dough.
Oh, it's so good.
It really is silly good.
So good. And super easy.
Yeah. And it's, okay, we are self-professing pizza snobs.
Yes.
She makes everything from scratch. I do all the crafting.
The only thing I don't make is the cheese. I can't get the cheese right.
We're going to get the cheese right.
Eventually, I'll get the cheese right. I just haven't gotten it right.
But anyway, so if you like a New York style pizza, this crust is ridiculous, and she's going to be showing you that here in just a little bit. But right now, we're going to get to the live stuff. So, Christa, introduce Brad and Christa.
This is Brad, and I'm Christa.
No, for the live portion. It's getting ready to happen.
Go see Brad and Christa.
No, it's going to happen like right now.
Okay, right now. Fine.
Here. Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Evening.
It's good afternoon for everybody involved.
That's funny.
Hello, it's Brad.
And Christa. And Claire.
You got to do that part. That was very nice, but it was very meek.
And Claire.
Give it some gusto.
And Claire.
There you go. Hello, everybody. We, the Big Family Homestead, have decided to grace. No.
To grace you with our presence.
We just want to come and hang out.
Yeah.
We want to hang out with everybody.
Sorry.
And Claire just happens to be here, so we've got a bunch of stuff planned. We've got a game planned. Mm-hmm. We've got videos planned. Like we said in the intro, this is going to be like a amalgamation, if you will, even if you won't. A combo of live and exciting pre-recorded
excitement
stuff.
Unforeseen content. Or
Did
never
you say you have
before
presents?
seen.
Yeah, never before seen content.
No presents.
We've got, there will be points awarded, though.
I'm a present. So they do get presents.
You get presents.
Get her.
You get my presents.
Claire, are you enjoying your new nephew?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Why do you think she's here this weekend?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm going to be home for like
not us.
weeks. Because I just love all the baby cuddles.
Yeah. So we have...
I think she's leaving her husband and coming to live with us again. No, I'm just kidding.
For a week, yeah.
No,
What?
I'm just kidding.
She's going to be Auntie Claire.
Auntie Claire.
I'm the fave.
Yeah.
Aren't you
That's
the...
too funny.
Well, I guess, no, you're not the only one. You're only one that's like old enough to be alone with the child legally because you're old enough to be a guardian.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. So if something happens to you two, I'll just guardian all your children.
Okay, that's
Stay away.
the plan.
Well, that is...
Stay away. So we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about today, and I gotta say, this should
my
be.
list. Look what you did. Look what he messed up my. I made the list.
Yeah, but
He messed it up.
Flag on the play.
we worked on it together. Let's talk about Christmas time. We went to a Christmas tree farm yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday.
Day before.
We can't. I don't even know what day it is. What's today?
Hey, there's Brad Talby. Hi, Brad
Brad.
Talby.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So do tell. You had fun.
So, yes, we had a blast. It was chilly, but it was really a lot of fun. It was really interesting learning how long it takes for Christmas trees to grow before they're harvested.
How long does it take?
It was crazy amount of time.
So they
to
stay-
get them like this big is 5 years.
Yeah, in the nursery, it's like 4 to 5 years.
Well, how long have they been growing them for then?
And then in the field, it's another 10 to 12 or longer.
Depending on if you want a big
Right.
one, if you want like a 12-foot
big one,
tree
that's like
since
20
17 years.
Yeah.
So do they just plant new ones every year?
Yeah.
Yeah, as they cut one down, they put a new one in the
Yeah.
ground. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So but the other thing is that I didn't realize how long it takes to make like the wreaths.
Yeah.
It's like a half hour to make one of those big
The
jokers.
60-inch wreath, it took him a half an hour.
And he was kind of maybe fudging the numbers a little bit. He was saying that he might have been a little faster than
Yeah. But then
really
he
was.
showed
Just
us.
a little.
Yeah, he showed us how to make the garland, and that was really cool. I can't wait to get some of that to put on our staircase.
We're going to put them out of business.
No.
No,
Why
I'm
would
just
we do
kidding.
that?
Like
No.
he's showing you all of his tips and tricks.
No,
Oh,
we
no.
it's not like industry secrets. This is how they all do
This
it.
is how they do it. And he's not the only guy in town. I mean, there's probably 10 tree farmers
yeah.
in just a 10-mile radius.
I'm sure you'll
Well,
never
maybe
buy
not
them from
that.
anybody else, though.
Oh,
Again.
no,
we
of course
wouldn't.
not.
No.
No, of course
Yeah.
not.
No.
No, we love that family.
And his wife Elise, she is an incredible artist. And not just one medium. You know how like a lot of artists will gravitate to either like oils or watercolor or photography or whatever.
Right.
She is like gifted in just about every dang thing you can see
Right.
that is on paper.
Yeah, she does pencil, charcoal, watercolors, acrylics, and it's just fascinating. She's really, really talented.
Yeah,
And
and
she's also done art for some books too, some kids' books.
yeah, I've got an idea for a kid's book, and that's just not a joke. I've been an artist musically my whole life, really, since I was 12, and so we've worked on a bunch of different projects, and I thought up this one cool kids book that wouldn't be too scary, would be too frightening.
No.
So yeah, that was fun going to the Christmas tree farm. Today was a little bit sketchy.
A little sketchy.
Yeah. Well, Prep Setter Bob. Okay, let me back up. Our driveway has trouble. It's got trouble, my friends. Right here in River City.
Because there's a river going through our driveway.
Starts with a P and that rhymes with T and that stands for potholes. What? Name that movie, guys. By the
I
way,
don't think that's in the movie.
you got to make this a participation kind of thing. Back in the day, we would do lots of movie quotes. So anytime you can chat and quote with a movie quote that's clean, family friendly,
Oh, yeah, it's got to be family friendly.
or else
Because
you're
I will
bounced.
block you.
You're bounced. But yeah, jump on in. So right here in River City. Yeah, no, we've got a bunch of potholes, and now it's getting like boom, boom, boom. But the snow and the ice is going to be, hey, Karen's got it, Music Man. But he doesn't know the territory. Pick
Right.
a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, pick, talk a lot, pick a little more. So that becomes real problematic as you slide straight off your driveway
Into the ditch.
Clunk.
Yes.
Clunk.
We're not gonna do that. We're gonna have a nice smooth driveway now.
Yeah. Well, there was a little bit of a problem.
Okay.
You
Do
didn't know.
tell.
Well, you weren't out there.
I wasn't out there. I was busy getting packages ready to send out. So
Yeah, with those rocks ahead. If they are, you will surely be dead. Name that movie, Claire. Quick.
Oh, it's a Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, open up the floodgates for Princess Bride quotes.
Oh my goodness gracious, yes.
Oh my gosh. Anybody want a peanut? So, yeah. But the problem is that Prep Sitter Bob brought that truck in to dump all that stuff out. And
He really didn't mean it.
Okay, so
Squirrel.
Tracking.
yeah, tracking. We're tracking.
Yeah.
But it was frozen, and a lot of it was frozen, so it was stuck to the side of the truck. So I had to get out there with the tractor and really use the box blade, and I was going back and forth, and then all of a sudden I lost a lot of power, and I started to smell some funny smell, and 2 little lights came on, warning lights on the tractor, and it was pretty concerning.
Yeah.
That tractor is expensive. It's more expensive than most cars we've ever owned.
Yeah. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. But then Cody came,
My hubby.
your hubby,
Yes.
and he told you what those. We got the manual out, which it's actually still sitting right here under the computer.
Yep.
And we figured out what it was, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's no big deal. It's what it normally does."
Yeah, it was some kind of a diesel particulate burner offer thingy.
Yeah, there's a diesel particulate filter, and it was just cleaning it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, somebody from Sydney, Australia, who is
awesome.
a fan of the Music Man.
Awesome.
That's right.
That's very
Professor
cool.
Harold Hill. Well, we got trouble, my friend.
I see some people saying that they haven't seen a Princess Bride or they haven't seen it like
What?
since a long time ago.
Must
And
do.
You watch it.
Oh.
You won't be disappointed. It's on my top 10 list.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yes. The princess, as you wish. Wesley, right?
It's like the perfect action, comedy, romance, everything.
Yes.
Does it burn deaf? I'm
know
not
what
sure
deaf
I
is.
understand what that means, Felicia. It's so Jade.
Thank you.
That is very kind of you. And I was just getting ready to read your earlier question. Can you do a bread recipe update? Well, ironically, one of the video portions that we're going to show you today is how Christa makes pizza dough.
Updated.
But we were planning on doing a bread recipe update. Which one? Okay,
we do?
voting time. Voting time. You ready? Ready? Mark set. Which bread recipe would you guys like to see updated in a near, well, soonish video?
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah. What bread recipe should we do next?
Felicia, it is the diesel exhaust fuel.
Ooh, sugar-free.
Fluid. Yes. Sugar-free one. That's the one we did.
I would be interested in that one.
That was, I think, our very first video.
That's our very
I know,
first
but
bread
like
recipe.
something that's really good for like loaves of bread that's sugar free.
Ooh.
Well, see, the thing is, it's sugar free, but that just means it doesn't have any sugar in it.
Added.
It doesn't have any sugar added to it, right? The flour that we use can create sugar in your body.
Yeah.
I know you guys are wanting keto and gluten free and
Almond
almond.
bread.
Those are not in my wheelhouse. I have no clue how to make
Maybe
any of
I'll
those.
look them up and help you.
There we
Maybe
go.
we can do that.
There we go.
Because that's kind of my thing. I
Yeah.
love making stuff that's
Right.
not like got white flour and it's wheat flour, or almond flour, or coconut
Right.
Yeah.
flour, all that kind of stuff.
We do have, and you kind of looked at me funny when I ordered it. I did order through Thrive Life. I ordered some gluten-free flour,
I know, like,
and
what
I
in the
have
world?
not tried it yet. So
have to.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that. So
Yeah. So, okay. So then I'm guessing that it looks like we're all over the map because we're
everybody's
seeing
all over the map,
keto
yeah.
bread,
Yeah.
sandwich bread.
pizza dough,
Yeah.
soft sandwich bread. I've done a soft sandwich bread recently that was really, really good.
Carb-free bread is great. It's like breathing air, says Steve Ganink.
I just find that, yes, like homemade bread is way healthier than store-bought bread.
Yes.
But I like to take it to an extreme level and try like super good for you bread. Because there's nothing wrong with the bread that we make. It's just taking it a step further and being more creative in that outlet of, all right, we'll see how healthy I can make it.
Right, right.
So-
okay, Melanie is saying friendship sugar-free bread.
That's not possible.
That's not
No, no,
possible.
no.
You have to have loads of sugar for friendship
the
bread.
friendship bread is loaded with sugar. That's really not possible.
I don't, yeah, I mean, you could probably try to substitute the sugar for sweetness with stevia, but I don't think it would rise right.
I don't think that would.
I don't think it worked
I don't
right
know.
at all.
I've never baked with stevia, so I don't know.
Yeah. So I actually recently bought something that I had never tried before, and it's a mixture of almond and normal dairy, like cow milk, because I've been trying not to have as much lactose because it makes me feel like trash when it's not raw, which because raw milk, so good for you. I don't care what anybody says. It's good for you. It's good for your gut. Store-bought, bad for you.
Whoop.
Yeah, unpopular opinion.
Well, and
we
what's
still
funny,
we still like our dairy farmers.
we
Yes.
still love our dairy
yes.
farmers.
What's funny is I said, well, read the ingredients because I wanted to know what was put into this. Well, okay,
They put
lactase back into this container
So
of
the
milk.
stuff
I'm
that's
like,
good for you in the raw milk, they put
Is-
it back,
right.
just took the lactose out.
Right.
And it is so good. I
I'm
can't
glad
remember
you
the
really
brand.
like it.
but-
It's really hysterical.
My.
So, okay, raw milk, as those of you may not know, raw milk has lactase in it. And when it is pasteurized, that lactase is
Removed.
It's boiled out. It's killed. Exactly.
killed.
And the lactase is what your body needs
To
to be able
process
to
it.
digest it. So that's why it was just really
Yeah.
It's
hysterical.
funny
to
that they
me.
put it right back in.
Yeah.
Well, you and I know why they boil out the
Of
lactase.
course, there is a reason why, that the
Let's just say,
dairies have to.
let's just say
dairies
not
have to.
every dairy is exactly the most sanitary.
No,
Yes.
they're not.
Not everyone.
No, I mean,
And so that's just a safeguard. They kill all the germs.
right. They have to kill all the germs and
Yeah.
all the bad stuff and the good stuff to make it okay for everybody to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with you guys because not everybody's in the position to be able to have their own dairy cow
Right.
and drink raw milk, which is totally fine because I'm not in that position right now. In a few years, I will be.
Yeah, I keep
But-
telling her, we've got plenty of milk. She just has to take
It's
it home.
just hard to transport
Right.
and, all that kind of stuff with how much Cody drinks milk. But for me, this has been really fun to kind of expand. Okay, let's really find the products that are actually good for me, not just saying, oh,
It's
this
all
is
natural.
healthy. Because most of that stuff is not actually healthy.
Right.
It's just you have to look at the ingredients.
Right.
If I don't understand what it is, I Google it. And most of the time,
It's not good for you.
it's trash for your body. So find that stuff that's got just the basic ingredients that's actually good, that nourishes your body. Because a lot of people, they're just eating and yeah, they get by, but they're not being nourished.
Right.
So find that almond and dairy milk that doesn't have the lactose but has the lactase, guys.
That's funny.
That's right.
Yeah.
And It's So Jade, she's been asking persistently about a Dutch
oven
bread or something.
Yum.
I don't think that would be too hard to figure out.
Oh no! I bet. You know what? I bet
No, but I know his
The-
cousin who.
the artisan bread that we make
Yep.
Oh, that
would be
so good
really
in it.
good in the Dutch oven.
Yeah.
You should do a Dutch baby recipe.
Ooh.
I'll do that with you guys. It's so good.
Okay, well, for the people who may not know what a Dutch baby is, Claire, please explain a
Okay.
Dutch baby.
I had
It's food.
Can I give the story behind how I tried it for the first time too?
Or do you want to explain it?
Well, I want to do both.
Go ahead.
So I went to Seattle a couple of years ago to a Christian camp, and my mentor, she gave me this family recipe to make a Dutch baby. It's basically a really thick pancake, and it's delicious. Super simple, very inexpensive. It's got flour, milk, and eggs. That's it. No salt,
wow.
no sugar, no nothing. And you can really customize it. So basically, I think for the large Dutch oven, you cook it in a Dutch oven. You put butter or oil, whatever you'd like, on the bottom of it. You mix all this together and you put it in the pan. You can either do a savory or a sweet. The sweet is not as good for you because you
But
put
it's so delightful.
oh my gosh, yeah. So you would put syrup and powdered sugar on top of the sweet one, or you can put ham or bacon inside of it and cheese and mix that up and then kind of make it more savory.
Wow.
So good. I'm telling you guys, you have to make it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry.
Country
go ahead.
Homestead.
Yep, that's where I was going to go.
Well, then you answer that question. Country Homestead Preacher's asking, is it hard to change to raw? Will it cause gut upset until your body adjusts?
We have had 9 people in our house when we started doing raw milk, and we never had any issues whatsoever.
None.
The good bacteria that is in raw milk actually helps with your gut health.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So no, we've never had any issues whatsoever.
And we have shared some of our raw milk or raw milk ice cream that I've made with friends that say they are lactose intolerant, and they don't have any problems.
No.
Didn't have any problems.
Right. Lots of people who are lactose intolerant have tried our milk, and they're like, this is not hurting my stomach. This is great. So
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to make a Dutch baby this week while you're here,
Yeah.
Claire?
Sure?
okay.
Do you want to do a video?
Yeah.
Okay, because Mrs. Rushy's asking to see one. That she'd love to
Yeah,
see that.
cool.
So we'll do that later.
Allie Oakley is saying that they have white, golden, and powdered sugar made from monk fruit. Is that like a different... What's that made out of? The
Monk fruit?
Monk
Monk
fruit.
fruit? I've never even heard of that.
It is a fruit.
It's a very holy fruit.
Is it expensive?
I don't know.
No, they stay in solitude.
stop.
There's only one per tree.
Is the sugar that they make it out of, is it expensive? Because I'd love to try substitutes for
I've seen
sugar.
it. I've seen it on the
Yeah,
shelves.
because
They
I
sell
use
it.
stevia and honey most of the time. I try and substitute with that. I just don't... I mean, for cookies, I use normal white sugar, but I don't make them that often.
Yeah. Well, whenever I'm making something, I'll use the organic cane sugar.
Yeah, that's-
Because it's less processed than the white sugar.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. We have not purchased it, but I see it on. They sell it even at Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
keto sweetener. Cool.
Yeah. Amanda. Oh yeah. I either use stevia, locally grown, or raw local honey.
Yeah.
Melanie, yeah, we use raw local honey too, but stevia, the thing about stevia, I actually love stevia.
Oh, I love it.
I use it in my coffee every day. Mama doesn't like the aftertaste.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about stevia, guys, is that if you are diabetic, stevia is okay to have because it's a sweetener, but it's not sugar. Your body doesn't treat it as sugar. It tastes just as sweet, and a lot of people say even sweeter than sugar, but it doesn't treat your body the same way. So I know of people that are diabetic that say they can have stevia, and you just use it in your recipes 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Just 1-to-1. Now, it will mess some things up, like breads that need the sugar to actually rise, because it won't rise.
Well, no, it will.
Eventually.
You can.
Eventually, if you just let it ferment.
No, because okay. Bread does rise without the use of sugar. You can even use just a teeny tiny bit of sugar in it. It does work.
I actually really like the aftertaste.
Of the stevia?
Yeah.
I don't.
What's that new soda that our friends...
Xevia.
It's called Xevia?
Xevia.
So good, but super pricey, that stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, Xevia. It doesn't have any artificial coloring, and it is sweetened with stevia.
Yeah.
So I was really, I was pleasantly surprised. It actually didn't taste too bad. I mean, the kids like it. Brad likes it. The thing with me is the aftertaste of the stevia. But it wasn't too bad. I kind of just dealt with it.
I love putting it with Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
They make Kool-Aid
No,
with
that's how we use it a lot,
Yeah.
because you get the little Kool-Aid packets and then you use stevia instead. You can't taste that it's stevia.
Yeah. It's
No.
just I mean
can.
the actual Kool-Aid's like citric acid in the flavoring.
That's
and
all it
pretty
is.
much it. So it's not bad for you.
0 calorie drink.
Yeah. And so if you're on a diet,
Oh my gosh. And I'll tell you what, because I've been drinking more and more water and coffee and trying to stay away from sugary things. And one thing that I've noticed is that when I have the Kool-Aid, that's the stevia Kool-Aid, then I'm not as hungry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because you fill up on something that tastes good.
You're filling up on liquid.
Well, you can even, this is kind of a step like that, but for me, sometimes I'll put like cucumbers or lemon in my water and it kind of does the same trick, or a little bit of like mint essential oil.
Yeah.
It's pretty good too, because it kind of is a little bit, I don't know. I just like it.
Well, here's one thing. I want to jump just away real quick from the stevia thing to Vanilla Gorilla. Have you noticed a difference in Moringa brands? And I'm going to speak to that because I'm the one that has started using it out of necessity for my arthritis. I've got rheumatoid arthritis and I have osteo. And I used to be on a $2,500 shot every month. It was called Symphony. And I still have some of the little charger things. They'd mail it to you and you'd auto injector. But it worked. And then insurance changed and they said, you can't have that anymore, even though it worked. We're going to go ahead and give you this stuff that doesn't work because it's cheap. Well, some friends of mine who are missionaries told me about the moringa. And I started taking this plant, and what's crazy about this plant is it's got more vitamin C than oranges, more potassium than bananas, more iron than spinach, more, and it goes on and on and on and on. But the big deal is that it has every amino acid that the human body needs, period, in one place.
Yep.
So we started taking these moringa pills. You get them in their powder, and then we started filtering our way through different brands, and we ended up working with Pura Vida. We were happy with another brand in the past, but then they said, hey, just try some of this stuff. We'll send it to you and see what you think. And I was shocked at how much of a difference it really did make between the brands. And that's Scout's Honor.
Yeah.
This side. Scout's Honor. Yeah. So what am I seeing?
Look at that last comment. Grandma's so happy.
Because of Brad, you and Brad have been able to stay away from RA and what they wanted to do. I have RA, OA, and fibro. It gave me my life back. Oh, praise God.
So eating Tylenol with codeine like candy did not help. Oh wow.
So,
that's so hard.
You know, and hard. We're not doctors.
No.
This is not medical advice. This is only my experience, okay? So you talk to your own doctor. However, for me, it was a life-saving thing. I mean, I couldn't put on my clothes.
Right.
I couldn't put on my clothes without, like, ramming my shoulder into the wall so I could kind of pull my clothes over. And while the first brand of Moringa that we used, it was good, there was a drastic difference in the quality of the Pura Vida.
Right. If you're finding so if you get Moringa and the powder is brown, return it. Don't take it. It's dead.
It's dead.
If you get the Moringa that is a very light color, that's okay, but it's been harvested quickly, so it doesn't have they're very young leaves. It doesn't have all of the nutrients that it can have. You're gonna want to find the one that is a dark green, like a forest green.
But not brown.
But not brown. Not brown. I mean, there's a fine line. You can see it. You can totally, if you can see them together, you can totally tell the difference. But even just the darker color, I mean, it's not quite that green, but it's a little bit darker than that.
Maybe a little bit.
But that's more mature leaves, and they've been growing longer.
Correct.
Tickled me.
And so, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the long way around answering that is yes, we did find a big difference in the brands.
Yeah.
And if you want to, okay, here's a dirty little secret. It's not a secret. We tell everybody. Is this: if you live where it's hot, grow it.
Yeah. Right.
Grow it yourself. But the problem is, it has to be like a tropical climate.
Right.
That's why we can't grow it here, or else we'd be growing it.
Right.
Hey, it's Mike DeFazio. Every time I see his name, I just got to sing. Anyway.
Okay, so and then deciding how you're going to take it. If you're going to take it as a tea, I don't know if taking it as a tea is as beneficial because you're heating it.
Yeah, and there's not as much coming in.
And there's not as much coming in, exactly. Then there's also the powder, and then there is the capsules. Yes, Pura Vida. That's exactly right, Jody.
There's a link in our video description, but since this is live, you'll have to come back to see it.
No, they can see the description while they're watching. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See? Right here.
So,
No,
you got
it's
derailed,
not in
Mama.
there.
Do you remember what you were gonna?
It's not in there.
Okay.
It's not the
Well, go to
description
our
box.
Amazon page, and then it's Pura Vida,
Right.
and then
Right.
that's easy.
Right.
It grows where it's hot.
No, you were talking about that. No, I'm talking about the form you can take it in.
Powder.
So you can get the powder and make your own capsules. I personally think capsules is the easiest way to take it. For me, I was having to take it at night because I would burp it all day long.
That's the reason.
Right, right. But you take 4 of the size 0 capsules, and we even actually give it to the kids. The younger kids take 1 a day, and then Hope takes 2. So it's nobody's gotten sick.
Nobody gets sick.
Nobody gets sick. Even Grace. Okay, so I use the powder for Grace because I mix it in with her food every day. Because she's G-tube fed, for those of you who may not know. And so I mix that in with her food. So everybody gets it.
Everybody gets it. And what's surprising is just how affordable it is. And I'll tell you what, this is just Brad talking to you. Like I said, if you live where it's warm, grow it yourself. And you know, we're buds with the owner of the Pura Vida company because, well, he reached out to us and said, hey, try our brand. And I was ready to just say no. But we've told him we're not going to stop telling people to grow it because it's far better. If you can go straight from the plant into your body, that's even better. And he agrees with that, which I thought that was really cool. It actually kind of gave me a little bit more buy-in to know that he's like, okay, just if you can grow it, grow it. If you can't, here's our product.
Right.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Now, but did you mention that if you make your own capsules, it's cheaper?
It is. The container of the Pura Vida powder is, I want to say, is it $25 for the box? For the container? I don't know what the price is, sorry.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper because you can make more with that container of powder. So you just find a whatever size capsule you want to take. You find that machine. It's like a press.
It's a little scoopy thingy.
You put the things in there, and you put the powder in there, and you press it down, and then you put the tops on. It takes a little bit of time, but no idea where I was going with that.
It saves money.
Thank you.
The end.
Thank you. Squirrel.
So, yeah, actually, the funny thing is we weren't really planning on talking about Moringa.
No.
But it's such a huge part of how God has helped our family.
Right.
That we just honestly like sharing it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So.
Calcium oxalate content?
No idea, bro.
I don't know what oxalate is, but I know the calcium, there's a lot.
There's a lot of calcium.
A lot of calcium. So.
More than milk.
More than milk. Like,
yeah. It's
many
crazy.
times more
It's
than milk.
crazy. Just do a Google search on what's in Moringa oleifera. Oliferia. Oleifera. I think that's it. So, but yeah, look it up.
O-L-E.
O-L-E?
O-L-E-F-E-R-A.
I thought there was an I in there, but it's Moringa oleifera. And you'll be blown away. Oh, and this is another thing that I want to tell you guys.
Oh, yes. O-L-E-I-F-E-R-A.
Okay. Okay. So, Moringa oleifera. I know what I wanted to tell you. It's look, the drug companies are out there, big pharma. All they do is they look at stuff that's already naturally occurring and figure out how to maximize it and stick it in a pill form or a shot form or whatever. And then they are trying to mimic what's already going on naturally. Well, guess what? When they find out that this stuff is really, really helping people, do you think there might be a problem getting it naturally? Because all of a sudden, it just seems like every time that somebody has a really, really, really cheap fix for something, then all of a sudden, you can't get it anymore. Or no, that's not regulated.
That's not legal anymore.
That's not legal.
Right.
That's not, you can't get that.
Right.
Because it's cheap and it's effective.
Right.
So I'm not going down the conspiracy road, but I'm going to say if you can get a plant growing, get a plant growing.
Right.
I would recommend it. You know?
They can't tax a plant. They try to.
Okay, the Bulletproof Pastor. Claire, you are beautiful, and I'm old enough to say it without getting into trouble.
I know he made me blush.
Well, and he's also a friend of the family, so that helps.
Yeah. Oh, Lila, I use the oil every day. I use it on my face every day. Yes? What am I looking for?
Right underneath that synthesizer, straight down there,
Oh.
under there. Continue on,
Can't
baby.
get it. It's
Can I do the? Can I tell them about this?
About what?
What you're getting?
I can't. It's
I know.
Okay.
I want to talk about it.
Yeah, here. One of the things that we actually make here that we sell that helps pay for life here at Big Family Homestead is, well, we make our hand soaps, but I started making this beard balm.
Which is amazing.
It really is.
And I put
Not that I have
lots
a
of moringa oil in it.
Yes. So this, they actually gifted to my husband. I can't remember when it was, but he didn't shave every day, and then he started to shave every day because this stuff not only smells amazing,
It's pretty nice.
but
helps
it's
heal his
so
face.
good for skin. He used to have really chronic acne, and it just heals.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yeah. He was on,
I did not know that, honestly.
yeah, he was on drugs for a couple, not drugs.
Wanna
He
grow
was
a new
on
kidney?
medication.
He was on
Medication.
medication for a couple years
get rid
to
of
try
his
and heal his chronic acne.
yeah.
And he uses this, and he has really bad acne under here. And this stuff, I'm telling you, is amazing for it.
Good.
And it
It's
makes
the
his face
moringa.
smell So
it is the
nice.
moringa. And
It's
yeah.
there he is.
Come here,
They
handsome.
can't see you over there. You
Come
gotta
here.
step into the camera.
So
We were just talking about your beautiful face.
we use this for everything.
I use it for all kinds
I
of stuff.
use it on the cow's teats. I actually, when I had cellulitis, I would put it on there to help get rid of it, keep my skin from being dry.
Yeah,
What
put
else?
some on your face.
What else? We use it on, I use the moringa oil on cuts as well.
Yeah.
I don't use antibiotic ointment. I use the moringa oil. I cut my finger really bad last year and with a glass, and it was like right across my knuckle here, and I don't have a scar at all.
It's Bree
Say
from
hi.
school.
Oh,
It's Bree from school.
Hi,
She
Bree.
says she misses you and you, Claire.
yeah. Hi.
Hi, Bree.
I waved at her earlier.
Will it grow whiskers on the cow's udder? No.
Yeah.
It will not grow whiskers on the cow's udder. I don't use this one for, I don't use the beard balm for myself.
But
we
you
have
can.
a different scented one. We have a lavender one that I use.
It's
so.
We have a couple things that are the basic recipe, and then they tweak just a little bit here and
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Because like this beard balm it's actually kind of I don't know the word would be. It's not. It's stiff. You kind of really got to get in there and scrape it out.
But you could always keep it in a
And then-
warmer. If you have a warmer room in the house, you could always
Right.
keep it there.
Right. It's not a soft lotion. It's more of a
Right.
a hard
You
ointment.
scrape
I
it, and
guess
then you
could
kind
say.
of put it in your hands and
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, you can order the cream, Dakota. It's at our website, bigfamilyhomestead.com. But my point in that was just that it's the moringa oil.
Yeah.
It's the moringa oil that's in there. All the other stuff is just stuff that's in all the same stuff that you have. I mean, when I started looking how to make this stuff, the beard balms are mostly like 90% of the same ingredients.
Right,
You got
like
this oil,
mineral
that oil, that
oil,
oil,
or-
that oil, that oil,
Yeah.
and then like a scent.
Yeah.
Well, and I was just like, well, wait a minute. This moringa stuff is working so good for so many people. Why not slap some in there? And the funny thing was, here's the truth. If you've smelled moringa oil, to me, it smells gross.
Yeah, it's
It
not.
smells
it's-
nasty.
It's not
It's
a pleasant
grassy.
smell. It is. Yeah, it is very grassy.
Yeah, but I figured out just the right. I mean, we've got shea butter in there. We've got all kinds of stuff in there. And it took a real tweaking to make it smell good.
It smells so good.
Yeah.
But
That's what mostly why I want him to put it on, because it just smells so nice.
yeah. So, Cody, the next question is for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, what was the question, Claire? You don't remember the question?
What was the? Will you take me on vacation? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was just totally,
I don't,
Oh my goodness.
I was totally
Just
messing
hoping
around.
something would come up.
That's funny. Well, does anybody want to ask Cody a question? Anybody?
I'm still here.
Anybody? Well, Peaceful Mind, Joyous Heart RV says, love Moringa. I've been taking it since July, but it seems to help. Awesome.
Yes, we are cute.
Awesome.
Yeah, they really are cute.
Grandma's so happy. Yep.
There was, Seabray cannot find the moringa oil. I'm going to put a link in the chat here. Just 1 second.
Okay.
So.
Okay, cool. Can you put it in your show notes? Colleen, yes, it's happening right there.
As we speak.
And you know what?
Be patient with
We're
me.
going to cue the Christmas tree extravaganza. Here at the house, we've been starting the process, the transformation of the
It's
Christmas
beginning.
tree. And so here, check this out. All right, so here we go. Christmas tree. Actually, I got to say, it looks like it was perfectly height-wise. I don't know. I think it's good.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to go.
Don't just cut all of them, just undo it.
Just like in Christmas Vacation.
I don't think it's gonna do that because it's sat in the hole for a little.
Yeah, I think it's kind of going to take a day or two to
Stay close to the
unleash.
The maypole.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's neat.
I hope we caught a squirrel.
No.
That one's really nice and full looking. Look at
Go
that.
around, don't pull. That one's broken off.
Here, you donkey. Oh,
No, just
no, walk around it.
Just walk around it. That too.
that's pretty good.
It's gonna take a few hours for it to rest and thaw out.
I don't know. I think we might need to add to that base. I really do. Oops.
No, these were cut. So this is okay.
That's a big tree.
You didn't see it?
Yeah, I saw it. Looks great. What do you think, Mama?
I love it.
Very full.
It's full.
It's a Fraser.
It is ample. It has ample branches. Alrighty. Christmas tree decoration time. Engage.
Yes, and it is a live tree. It's funny because it had sat outside and there was snow all over it.
Don't throw me down, Clark. Good quote.
That's funny. So there was snow on it, and as it was melting, you could hear it dripping. And we put towels around the bottom so it wouldn't drip onto the floor and get it all wet. It was
Old
really
Glory
hysterical.
Farm heard puzzle. Braying.
Aww, that's cool.
Puzzle brain.
We call Eeyore our doorbell. That's great. Eeyore is Puzzle's mom.
Yes. The donkey.
The
For those of you
donkey,
guys,
sorry.
if you didn't
You
hear
don't
what
know
was
who
going
Puzzle
on
is.
in the background of the Christmas tree video, you hear, you can hear him.
That was really funny.
So yeah, we're just getting ready.
Yes.
Oh, they were asking, is that tree going to make it till Christmas?
Yes, it's
yeah.
a Fraser fir, and those they hold onto their needles a long time. So we'll be able to have that one until January.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. It's been a long enough year. It's Christmas decorating time now.
Well, and with Jonathan home, that's why we got started early. We don't usually start until like right before Thanksgiving, but he leaves Thanksgiving Day, so we're starting a little bit early so that he can participate.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
And we're going to be able to show you guys some of that as we go. However, do have a little bit of bad news for those of you guys who've been waiting to see Jonathan and Jessica's baby. They've made the decision they don't want the baby in the public eye right now.
No, not right now.
So and I get it.
We have to respect that.
And I respect it.
Yeah.
So you'll have to just take our word for it that baby is huge.
Oh my gosh.
He
And
looks
don't-
like Jonathan when he was a
Don't
baby.
worry. When I have a baby, they can
She's
get as
show.
much film as they want.
Show and tell.
Yes.
Show and tell.
Too funny.
So okay. Let's switch gears. What was that?
Well, we didn't. You didn't show the pizza stuff. We
Not
didn't
yet.
talk about the pizza stuff.
We're
So,
not there yet.
Is that
Where
our
are
Amanda?
we?
We're not there yet.
Okay.
I thought you might want to talk about this or no?
No, we were supposed to do this one first, then that one, because of these.
Oh,
So
okay.
it would go into that.
Okay, well then here's the deal, guys. This is going to be a short clip. It's about 10 minutes. Hang with us because this is Christa showing how she makes the best pizza dough in Wisconsin, bar none. And the funny thing is right now, you can't smell this because you don't have smell-o-vision.
Smells so good.
But the pizza stones downstairs are heating up.
Right, and they have to heat up for like an hour.
So, this is Christa showing how she makes our pizza dough. And let me make sure I click on the right one. And then we'll be back in 10 minutes. So stick around. We're still going to be able to comment. So we're still live.
So you can ask
Don't
questions,
leave.
and I'll answer.
Yep. We're going to type.
try.
Bye. Alrighty, folks. So here is the recipe from our new cookbook that's coming up. But here's all the stuff. Mama's, I thought you were ready. Are you not ready?
I didn't have a bowl.
She doesn't have a bowl. Now we got a bowl. She's ready to go.
I needed a bowl.
So you're making the perfect New York style pizza dough.
Perfect.
That's not in New York.
Right. That's in Wisconsin. So it's the perfect New York style in Wisconsin.
Wisco style.
Wisco style.
Okay, so what do we got?
All right, so first I have loudness.
Yeah, no banging.
Loudness. With bread making and pizza dough making, the professionals say that it's best to weigh the ingredients. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of times I've made it, and it has worked really well. So this is just one of the cheapy scales I got from Walmart. And I measure in grams because that's how the recipe came, and I don't really feel like converting it.
So on the back of it, there is a button where you can change it to grams versus standard measurement.
So we're in
Pounds.
grams, and you will have to convert if you feel so inclined.
Right. So I've got a bowl that I'm going to measure things into, and then I'll put them into the bigger bowl. So I put this bowl on there, and I need to zero it out so that I get the right measurement. So we need 796 grams of flour, and I'm just using a good all-purpose flour. It's actually a Wheat Montana brand of all-purpose flour, and it's working really nicely.
How many pizza crusts will this recipe make?
Depending on the size of the pizzas that you want, I make 6 8-ounce.
Pretty thin.
Pretty thin, like a small pizza size. So maybe like a 12-inch pizza. And so it makes 6 of those. You can make them larger. You can make them, well, you can make them larger. So I need 796 grams.
Okay.
Almost there, 790.
Pretty close.
There we go.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the flour in here. And then I'll measure the water, but I'm going to use a different measurement. I'll just use a different measuring device for that. Now the water doesn't have to be warm. It can be cold, not freezing cold, but just kind of room temperature water.
Normally, from bread making, you would use a warm water, but
Right.
this recipe is a little different.
It is different. So we need 493 grams of water. Oops, too much. It's about 2 cups. So, aha, I got that exactly. So that is just a little over 2 cups, like 2 1/4 cups. But I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm not going to put that in there just yet. I'm going to measure out the yeast. Where did my yeast go? Oh, there it is.
As far as the yeast is from the west.
Right, exactly. Now they say it equals about a teaspoon. I can't even get a teaspoon out of there. Oh, I didn't measure. See, this is what happens when you're doing stuff live and you can't edit out the mistakes.
There will be no editing.
There is no editing.
There's no editing.
No. So we need a teaspoon of yeast. What was the measurement?
It is funny that they would actually tell you grams on everything else, and now you got to use a teaspoon.
I know. 3.5 grams of yeast, which is about a teaspoon. So I'll put that in there, and then the salt. No, that's not salt. That's sugar.
So you need
This
salt.
is salt.
How much salt?
I think it was 15 grams of salt and 8 grams of sugar. Go. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to get a whisk. Thought I had everything ready. I don't. I'll whisk this all together. And then we'll go ahead and pour our water in.
So you're going to give that a stir?
Yep. Now,
just trying to incorporate everything?
Now, yes, just like this, though, it's not, obviously it's not done yet. I'm going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of, okay, recipe calls for olive oil. Ran out of olive oil. So I'm using my unfavorite vegetable oil.
Olive oil's better. We still like grapeseed too.
Yes, grapeseed is actually my favorite, but we ran out.
So now what are you doing?
I'm just combining this to where it comes together, and then I'll start kneading it in the bowl.
Okay.
Because see, it looks really dry, but it's got to get worked well. So I will go ahead and start working this with my hands.
Ooh, sticky, sticky.
Yeah.
It gets sticky. Now, a word on this dough. Once it's made, you're generally not supposed to use it right away.
Right.
You're supposed to wait at least a day, more like 2 or 3.
At least 2 days, 3 ideal. I wouldn't wait any longer than that, just because your yeasts are gonna be kind of not working very well.
But that's also where you're keeping that in the fridge.
Yes.
That is not on the counter.
No.
See where we're at here.
And I'm gonna work this for until there's no more flour in the bowl, and it starts to be a little sticky, and then I'll add just a touch of flour.
Just so that's, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be a nice smooth dough. Like, see, right now it's not very smooth. It's kind of crumbly.
Okay.
And you probably could do this with the KitchenAid or any kind of mixer. I'm not that familiar with it yet to see how it works, because I've only made this like 4 times. So I want to play with it and see how it works before I start using it and doing it in the KitchenAid.
So what is it that you're looking for then?
I'm looking for a smooth dough.
Okay.
I've
And
got-
you just press into it? How's
yeah,
that?
I'm just rolling it around, picking up any extra bits of flour and pieces and pressing it down. Just rolling and folding as I turn the bowl.
And it's always easier to go with less flour more often rather than just dump a bunch in.
Right, right. You want to gradually add, otherwise you'll have bricks of...
Bricks.
Bricks.
Dough bricks.
Yeah, we don't like dough bricks, do we?
Nobody likes dough bricks.
No.
Unless you're building, you know,
House.
dough houses.
There's that.
Dough a deer.
Female deer?
Ray, a guy that hangs with Bob. All right.
I'm gonna get these bits of flour.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes some time. It's not a quick thing to do. It's easy to do, but it's not quick, because you want it to be nice and smooth. It's starting to stick a little bit to my hand.
Is that what you're wanting?
Well, I'm going to add just a little bit more flour because it's not smooth yet.
Okay. Well, let's make it smooth. To quote MC Hammer.
Make it smooth.
Please, Hammer, don't hurt him.
There. We're getting there now.
Getting there?
Yeah. And like I said, it takes a few minutes. It's not, there's a process to it.
It is so worth it.
It is really worth it. And then, when you're, doing bread baking, there's normally that first 1 hour rise. We don't do this with this at all.
Because it's going to go in the fridge.
Right. So we're going to go ahead and divide it out here in just a second. All right.
You're there?
Lump of salt right there.
Smoosh that in.
Yeah. It's weird. Okay. Now, we need a greased, I'm going to use like a big plastic bin so I can put a top on it. Like this. Throw some oil in there so that it doesn't stick. It doesn't stick to each other.
Nice apron, by the way.
Ah, thank you.
That might be able to be found over at Mr. Bill's Shirts.
Yes, it can.
Yep. There's links down below.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Now, I'm going to go ahead and change this over to ounces. So
Now this, I do have to admit, this is where Christa goes a little OCD. Because you could just cut this into pieces and go with it.
And I do.
But no, she
do.
has to actually get it exactly gram-wise right.
No, not grams.
Now you're going to
Now
pounds?
I go to ounces.
Now you're going to pounds.
Right. Oh, it didn't change. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So what I do is I divide this out into 4 pieces to start with. Then I take the corner off of there, and it usually works out to be about right. 8.5 ounces.
Okay.
Did I say 6 ounces before or 8 ounces? I don't remember.
8 ounces is generally what we want. I make a couple smaller just because we have smaller people in the house.
Kids, yeah.
Yeah. Darn near perfect. Look at that. Now, I'll roll them into a ball.
So you tuck underneath.
I'm tucking underneath, yeah. Just like this, to where it's smooth on top, and then I just place it into the pan, into
The oiled
plastic
receptacle.
receptacle. And 6 fit in this tub perfectly.
All right.
All right, so there we go. And then I have a lid that goes on top of this. And actually what I do, I also roll it over on top so that the top is greased.
So it doesn't dry out.
So it doesn't dry out, yeah. Which well, with the plastic top on there, it doesn't, but it doesn't hurt to put a little oil on top.
And so now this is just going to go into the fridge.
Gonna go in the fridge, yep.
Yep.
If you want to make the pizza tonight, you can just cover this and put it on the counter and leave it out.
But it's not as good.
But it's not as good. You want to at least wait at least 2 days before using this. So you have to plan ahead, and it's just,
I know. I know. So there is the perfect Wisconsin / New York style
pizza dough.
There you go. Let's get back to the live portion. Alrighty, folks. So there you have it. Pizza dough from scratch that, I got to tell you what, we have been looking for so long for a good pizza dough recipe. And we've probably been through 10 different iterations of it.
Oh, yeah. Over the last 10 years, yeah. So we try a new one every year, but I think this one is the one we're going to stick with because it is delightful.
Winter, winter chicken dinner.
Right. And we watched this video on how to shape the dough.
That was a big deal.
Don't use a rolling pin.
We've been doing that wrong forever.
Forever. And it was fascinating how the guy did it. And I think I got it down. I'm not nearly as good as he is.
But completely content with
I'm content with it too.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets it to where you hold it up, you can see light through it.
Yeah.
That's a thin crust.
Yeah.
So, and now the thing about the cheese, I talked about how I haven't gotten the cheese down. So yeah, I still have to buy cheese. The thing with the cheese is it has to be a certain kind of cheese. You can't just buy the already shredded stuff because it doesn't, it works, but it doesn't melt right.
The problem is they put a non-sticking agent on the shredded cheese so that when you pour it out of the bag, it doesn't stick as a clump.
Right.
But what you want is low moisture cheese, the mozzarella.
In the block.
Yep.
And shred it yourself. So that, man, it just makes such a yummy pizza.
Oh yeah, and I'll tell you what. Here's a little secret. Also, if you can't find, because it's actually hard to find the low mozzarella, straight up low. Yeah, sorry. You want mozzarella. You want low moisture. But sometimes it's hard to find that, even here in Wisconsin. And what you can do, believe it or not, is most of the string cheese that you get for kids, the string cheese is pretty much the same thing. You just got to check the label.
Right. It is so good. We've used string cheese before, and I just stick it in the shredder and shred it. And then the sauce.
Of course, and her sauce is killer.
So the sauce, we didn't get to that yet because I haven't made the sauce yet, but it'll still be good.
It'll be good.
I use the plain canned diced tomatoes, where there's just salt in it. I use 2 of those, and it makes enough for everybody, and there's a little bit left over. And then I use, I add a little bit of salt to it. I add a bit of grapeseed oil to it. I add garlic to it, which today I'm going to use.
Oh, shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
And it's awesome.
This stuff is awesome.
It's awesome.
I'm going to use this. I don't put any sugar in it because I know a lot of people say, oh, you got to put sugar in it. I don't put sugar in it. I don't like sugar in my sauce.
Some people like that, but it's not. I don't like sweet sauce.
No. And I don't measure anything at all. Then I use another shameless plug, Chef's Choice. I use a bit of that.
I use a bit of the salad blend and a bit of the Italian. And they all, it just tastes so yummy.
Kelly's asking, do you blend the tomatoes or leave in chunks?
No, I blend it. I use an immersion blender, and I put all the spices in there and the seasonings and the oil. I put oil in there too. And then I use an immersion blender to make it smooth. There may be a few chunks in there, but not usually. So.
And Nebo Allen is asking, will you be releasing the dough and sauce as a separate video soon?
Sure.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. Claire's done, she's ready to eat. She's like, this video needs to be done.
Yeah,
Getting hungry.
I know, I'm getting hungry too.
We're all getting hungry.
We didn't eat, we skipped lunch. So.
But one quick thing. I know a lot of you guys with the Thrive Life stuff, we freeze-dried food.
Right.
And we love it. And so, yeah, it's a part of how we earn a living, no doubt.
Right.
But many of you guys have been so frustrated because when COVID hit, everybody ran and bought everything from Thrive Life, and it decimated their entire inventory. Well, they've been working really hard. As a matter of fact, they bought another two, it's either 2 or 3 freeze dryers that are $1 million machines. They hired another 150 employees. And they have said next week they're going to be up to 85% capacity again. So there's always a current, list on the front page, thrivelife.com. There's a link down below.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
There's a link. You can put it in there too. But there's a link down below, but there's a way to pick, and you can see what's in there now. But that garlic is ridiculous. And also, there were so many people that were, because you see the need for it now that all this wackiness is going on in society. You don't have to tell anybody, hey, it's probably a good idea to have some,
Right.
Food on the shelves
Right.
that's shelf stable. Well, a lot of people were like, I'd really like to get into the business side of it because it's so cheap. Do they still do the $100 package now?
No, it's $118. $118, and everything you get in the pack except for, I think, hold on, I have it open, except for one thing is food.
It's food.
There's a brochure, in there that talks about the food. And you also, with each of the kits, you get 1 month free the website if you want to use it as to sell. Then you get a free website for a month.
Yeah, but the to get into the business, it's $118, and as Chris is saying, it's all food.
It's all food.
But I know what I'm sorry. I was trying to get back on track in my brain, and that was this. People have been saying, well, why would I jump on when there's very little product right now? Well, they're going to be at 85% next week. And here's the other thought to this, guys. If it's that popular, don't you think it's going to continue being popular? And besides, it's a funny thing. What business can you get into for $118 that you don't make the food, you don't cook the food, you don't store the food, you don't ship the food? It's all drop shipped. I don't have to do anything except share our website idea with you guys.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
The end. There's nothing more to do unless somebody wants to grow in their business, and then they ask us questions, and that's not hard.
Right. And Deborah says, how expensive is Thrive Life? It is not expensive when you look at the waste. When you buy something from the store, how much waste there is.
Like mushrooms.
Mushrooms are the worst. You have to buy this, 8-ounce package, and you may only use a few mushrooms out of there. Well, then it gets pushed back to the back of the refrigerator and becomes a science experiment.
So what was a $4 package of mushrooms just became a $16 package of mushrooms because you threw all that away.
Right. So then onions. We have a big family, so we'll use a whole onion or two.
Every time.
But when we make burgers, like last night I made burgers.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I don't want to cut up a whole onion to put inside our burgers. I use onions in our burgers. I used a couple of tablespoons of the Thrive freeze-dried onions, and it just adds so much flavor to the food, to the burgers.
And it keeps the burgers juicy too, because those juices don't go out; they stay in the onions.
Yeah,
because they rehydrate with the juices. So that's, anyway, I don't want to go too far into that, but if you're interested in finding out more about it, just like toe in the water, email me.
Right.
info.bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Ask about it, and I'll send you, I've got this email that I've typed out that answers like 99% of everybody's questions. And then if there's a question you need to, talk to me about further, we can do that. But to say that now's not a good time to get in, I think that's pretty short-sighted, because if they're selling out everything they get on their shelves and they've hired another 150 employees, which they have done, and they've spent another $2 million in freeze dryers, they probably are pretty sure this is a trend that's going to keep going.
Right, and these freeze dryers are the size of a school bus.
Each one.
Each one.
And I'm just saying, a couple months ago, everybody's like, well, not a couple, but like a year ago, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're so crazy.
You're a prepper.
You're 19 and you have your freezer full and your pantry stocked and you have more than a couple months of food prepped and planned and stuff. Yeah. And now
who's the smart one? Now who's the smart one?
You have car insurance. You have
food insurance.
House insurance.
You have dental insurance. You have all sorts of insurance, but nobody has more than a couple. I mean, think about
a couple weeks.
We're in a
maybe?
college town.
Couple days.
Yeah.
And people, one of my friends, he has to go shopping like every, week, because he's like, man, I don't have anything to eat. I'm like, how?
How do you not have anything to eat in your apartment?
I could stop going shopping today, and I wouldn't have to shop again for probably 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have a small apartment, and that's just with what we have.
Right.
Hey, there's Maya.
Hi, Maya.
By the way, Maya, I'm finishing your video, and I'm going to respond later.
So, by the way, Claire is kind of ramping her channel back up slowly. Yeah.
Very slowly.
So be patient.
Yes, be patient with me.
So, okay, that's enough with Thrive Life stuff. If you're interested, email me.
Yeah.
Okay, now I think it's time for a little bit of a comedic break, don't you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
This is a short video that happened just the other day, and I think you'll appreciate it. Warms the heart,
Yeah.
That is a
Hello, son. What are you doing to poor Nana?
Nothing. She's just gonna go to the bank for a
She's
little
going
while.
to the bank.
She's going to go rob a bank.
She's gonna wait. She's gonna rob a bank
Nana's got 4 pockets.
for all that money.
Yeah.
Nana's like, what have I done? What have I done to deserve this?
There. Now you gotta go.
I think I'm ready.
I want to see her run.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a person besides the Come on.
So I don't want to move. You guys are horrible.
She needs joggers, so they're tight at her ankles.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think you need to do the drawstring.
Oh, there's your tail.
She's like, what did I do? What did I do? Come here, Nana. We got to get this nonsense off you. Come here, doggy. Come here, Nana. Let's get you on. Oh, you poor thing.
It's her snowsuit.
Oh, Nana.
It's her
No snowsuit. How's she gonna go potty?
Give me.
Look out, guys. Look out.
She's mad at you, Caleb, for putting that on her.
Yes, Nana does have an amazing amount of patience. We got that dog when she was a ball of puff.
She was a little bigger than that.
Maybe like
she was 9
Football
weeks old, and
size.
Fluffy.
yeah. If you go back 3 years, a little over 3 years, you'll see Nana in a video. She was so darn cute.
Yeah.
Well, she still is cute.
She is cute.
Yeah.
And
She's such a lover.
She has my heart.
Yeah, you are her emotional support human.
Yeah, and it is funny like that. I do think Nana thinks she's a human.
Oh,
Yes.
straight up.
She does. She
Yeah.
totally does.
She gets really irritated if I don't take her on a ride at least every other day.
Oh my goodness. Well, and the way she reacts when you get the keys. Oh my goodness.
When I even go to grab the keys, if I know that I can't take her somewhere, I got to really be careful
Quiet.
and mute them. Like,
Well, she knows the difference between the keys sounds.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Because she's not allowed in the truck.
Nope.
Not allowed. She's
Too
too
much hair.
furry. So she can go in the van in the back.
Yeah.
But then she still has hair everywhere. But she knows, even when I take those keys off, she's
Yeah.
ride.
Right.
She does love
No.
all the kids. Ever
She
since,
does.
I mean, Ruth would crawl on her so
Slay
much.
on her, yeah.
And, yeah, she's just... If she wasn't so... If she didn't shed so much, I would want one.
Yeah.
Yeah. She does
Oh.
shed a lot.
One thing, because I know we're getting ready to round out the evening, but some of you guys may know that I do a Bible devotion on a different channel, Monday through Friday.
Yep.
All we do is so zero pressure. It's zero pressure. We get together 8:30 on a Central Time Zone. It goes for about a half hour. And all we do is we read some scripture, and then we kind of unpack it a little bit. We talk about comments. There's no arguing. We don't do the arguing thing. It's not a debate session where somebody's going to come and challenge you. We're building each other up. It's about community. It's about learning who we are supposed to be in Christ, and then hopefully doing that. So there's not it's not a fighting session, but it's Big Family Devotions channel. So it's Big Family Devotions channel, and it's Monday through Friday. The reason why that came to my mind is, yeah, you can go and subscribe. That'll be fine. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But the other day, we were doing a Bible devotion, and I don't know what came to my mind, but I started thinking, you know what? I wonder what the mathematical equation of having a relationship with Jesus would be like. What would that look like? And then I started to write it out. I was like, wait a minute, okay, what would be eternity? Okay, eternity is infinity. And then, well, if we have sin and we don't have Jesus, well, then you can't have eternity, because that doesn't work that way.
Right.
But check this picture out, because I came up with a drawing, and then a friend of ours who actually was on here, Bill, he's got a company called Mr. Bill's Shirts. And there is a link in the description. I know there's a link in the description for that one. Mr. Bill's Shirts.
Yes.
And he sent my equation as a shirt. Check this
So
out.
great.
So here is the equation, right? That's Jonathan. What a handsome young man. Looks a lot like his father. Yes. Anyway, so the mathematical equation is sin does not equal eternity. Therefore, Christ equals eternity. Get that? Do you get
Mic
it?
drop.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Pretty awesome.
Here, Claire, I'll give you this microphone. You can drop it into your other hand. But get it? Sin does not equal eternity. Therefore, Christ does equal eternity. And so, yeah, there it is. What do you think? And actually, I've got that shirt on, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the no.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, but that's the shirt. It's
Right.
so, yeah, sin doesn't equal eternity. Therefore, Christ does equal eternity.
Christ equals everything.
Isn't
Right.
it?
And
Everything.
Then, and then he made this one. Oop, gotta go this way.
A rooster.
Rooster strong. So I
So,
like it.
Yeah, it's Mr. Bill's Shirts.
Yeah.
He didn't ask for us to do this.
No.
He did not.
No, it was super kind of him to send these to us. So thank you, Mr. Bill.
Go
He
buy
didn't-
some shirts.
But go buy some shirts, man. No,
He wasn't asking for that.
no, not at all.
But yeah, it was really cool, because I was like, oh my gosh, look, it's this math equation that I just went.
Yeah,
So anyway,
too funny.
Mr. Bill's Shirts.
Yeah.
And I think that's. Oh, do we do the game?
No, it's late. It's dark outside already.
It's
Look
dark
at this.
outside.
Hungry.
Kids
We
are
all
hungry.
want pizza.
We're all
We
hungry.
want pizza.
And,
So
yeah.
with that, watch this. Look how professional this show is.
Wait.
We've
Wait,
got
what?
Oh, that's right. Duh. I almost forgot. By the way, if you haven't figured it out, we're a family of believers. We love Jesus. We love God. We want more of that in our lives, and we want that for you too. But we're not pushy, and we don't feel like Jesus tries to force his way into your life and be like, you will listen to me or blah, blah, blah. That's not how it works. So we're not going to do that either. But we're going to pray here to round out the evening. And so if you want to stick around with us, we'd really, really love that. It's just short, but we also want to be respectful and not cram anything down your throat. So if you feel like that's not for you, hopefully see you next time. But there you have it. You were warned. Here we go. Father God, thank you so very much for each and every one of these people. Lord, I ask that you would bless them. Let them know without a doubt that you are a loving, caring, giving, merciful Father who just wants to love on his kids. Give them a big old hug tonight and let them know they're not alone and that you love them. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
That's it, guys.
That's it.
Game over.
It's over.
It's over. Who? Theme music. What's that? We should sound all radio-like now. Let's put on the radio voice.
I can't do that.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Anyway, I'm Brad
I'm Krista.
with Big Family Homestead.
And Claire.
Oh yeah, I'm Claire.
You guys have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.